Yo, what is going on, YouTube? This is another trading day. How I trade a spot today. This is Friday, February 24th, 2023. And I'm gonna keep this short because I really stopped trading at 11:30, 11:40ish is when I finished my trading. Only took two trades today. They were pretty quick scalps, me personally. Um, because that's just my type of trading style. Didn't really see much today. A lot of chop for most of the day when I was watching. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. My trading strategy is I like to mark out the pre-market lines of resistance and etc. etc. And basically pretty much we had a big drawdown from the pre-market going against this of yesterday. I saw on Twitter actually, as a person I follow, this is a inverse head and shoulders, which clearly did not go the way it was supposed to go. But as you can see, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? All right. Either or. Had a big downfall. So, me personally, I don't like to have a bias anymore. Whenever I have a bias and I stick to that bias in the pre-market, I tend to trade a little differently. I tend to trade on that one bias and I just stick to it until I feel personally it has changed, and that kind of takes me a while with my trading days because I am like, I don't know. So that's just how I am when I come in the day. I personally do not like to come with a bias anymore. I come with a no bias, and whatever fucking happens, happens, okay? So here we are, downtrend day, off the rip, off the heezy. I come in here. So we had a big drawdown coming in. Not really a lot of resistance supports here for the pre-market, but that's okay. We come here for big drawdown, so supply. Get a supply zone above 397. So this would have been my strongest supply zone, which I guess you can clearly see hit, but not really hit. So it's all good. Either way, that whole zone here, I could have made it down to this, which we respected the whole fucking day. We got off this one whole thing here, right? But I like to keep it simple. More resistance coming on the way up, so why not take a more safer trade? But it never came to this point until the end of the day, which I'm not watching the market, so there's no point in me playing that. Okay, so there's supply zone. If it comes to it, it comes to it. But it never came that today, so voila. Came down, came drawn down, pre-market, blah blah blah. I had a supply zone here. I had a supply zone here after pre-market, washed up here on this zone, I would say on 396, 396.17. And I did take a trade here, me personally, on the pre-market. And honestly, I got out with a $14 loss because it's market just open. I don't like to take my chance with nothing. So whatever. I don't really count that trade because it was just like, okay, let's see if we can get a quick downhill, tight stop loss, whatever. It ended up going down, which is fine by me. I'm not over here stressing my life out, stressing my fucking heart out about the trade. I didn't break any rules. It did happen to go down, took a little higher. No, because of bull strength. That's the reason I got out. I was like, oh no. So I said, okay, I'm gonna wait till it comes a little bit higher to the top of the supply zone that I thought we were gonna hit. I said I'll wait for that. Never came, so I said, okay, fine. Came down, and then we made another supply zone on 5-minute chart. Quick and simple here. And that's kind of what I played off. That's kind of what I played off of for my trades. We have a supply zone on the 5-minute. Now, for me in the 5-minute, for the 1 minute and 5-minute zone, it could happen around any type of candlesticks. So it's kind of like a big box, which I personally do not like. I like to have smaller boxes. But if I'm playing off the 5-minute, I'm playing off the 5-minute. I don't care about I'm not looking at. I'll look at the 1 minute for only a little bit of a little bit of reassurance. But if I'm playing off a 5-minute supply zone, I only stick to the 5-minute. I'm playing off a 1-minute supply zone. I look at the 5-minute to get the candle readings, and I stay on the 1-minute. Here, there's a whole zone for the 5-minute, and we played it. Big drawdown, and I had a little FOMO here when we were going down because I said I was already in a trade in the morning, and then going down, which is okay by me. And it's all good, okay? Push down. We are waiting for a retest because we're over here just playing around this 390, 393.80 zone, my support that I have, which seemed to have support throughout the whole day. But I'm waiting for a retest. I said, you know what? If we go down, fine by me. I'll look for something else, whatever. And here we are, coming into this, coming back to the retest. Now, was it the best retest possible? No. Was it a quick one? Yes, it definitely was. And I was on my toes with this one. But the reason I took this trade is because I decided, you know what, this is box here. I like to get a perfect execution going. So I'm seeing weakness here. I see a weakness here, and I say, oh my, okay. Seems like we're not going to touch this box as well as I thought we were going to. So I got to be quick on my feet. Came up, broke above 50 MA. And I said, okay, I'm going to play a little aggressive here. I want to play a little aggressive. It seems like it coming to the zone, but doesn't want to finish coming to the zone. And that's when I was looking at the 5-minute here. And sorry, because this shit goes all over the place. So here we are. Comes for the first time, coming down a little bit. Okay. Second time comes up and starts rejecting. And now since I was playing aggressive, I like to use these 50 MAs and the 200 MAs to get a little bit of a, you know, more of a hit on the candlesticks when it crosses it. You know, I personally feel that, and how the 200 MA works and the 50 MA works from my 1-minute, 5-minute actual resistance support. And after we cross it, is for me it tends to be a big down strength, or it could fake out. So I was playing aggressive here. I said, okay, since we're basically failing to come across this 50 MA and we have a supply zone up here, I'm gonna take this trade. So we come up. I said, okay, I'm not gonna get the entry just yet. I want to wait. So I got in right here. And the reason I took this trade, as I said, I was playing very aggressively. I said, I'll take this downtrend trade when we cross this 50 MA. If we cross it and close below it, I will definitely get into this trade. And that's exactly what happened. I played very aggressive here. It barely passed the 50 MA. But me personally, since we have 1, 2, and 3 wicks, 3 minutes of just action of just weak buying. So what I do, I decided, fuck it, enter the trade, aggressive as fuck. We got into this bottom wick, came back for a retest, couldn't make, you know, personally it would have been not oh my god, not my stop loss, but here we are. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. So boom, we show weakness, and there's a resistance here, as you can see. Wicks, come up, broke above, wick, came back down. And me personally, as a quick scalp, I'm not here for the long run. I'm fine with a little extra gain. Yes, could it have gone? Should I have stayed in the trade? Yes. I found out this resistance a little bit too late after I got out the trade. So that's kind of on me. And I will learn from this, and I will try to implicate it better, and which I have for the past few days, when now I am, you know, understanding it, how important this is. So just a quick resistance for the day that apparently did work out for most of the day. Got in at the bottom here and got out at the bottom this week. You know, that's I'm pretty sure it was like 20%, 22% gain. Fine by me. I'm fine by that. No issues there. Took a quick trade. I'm out. Positive for the day. Do I want to trade more? No. I wanted to, But I said, look, you know what? We're up for the day. Why am I going to try to force a trade and continue trading? And one of my rules is if you're green for the day, you're done. Okay. But as I said, I was only green, but only for a certain amount. I wasn't above my goal. So I said, you know what? I'm fine with it. If there's something else that I want to peep that I might like, we're gonna get into the trade. So boom, we hit it, got out, came back to retest this resistance, broke down even more. There was a small resistance here, as you can see, and we were just hovering here. And there's also a little demand zone from the buyers, whatever. We didn't break structure, so I'm not over here worried about it. Broke down even more and came back to this 397. This one we just started chopping around. At this point, I was just looking at the market, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done training for the day. I'm not gonna be looking at this no more. Fuck it. I'm gone. So we leave. I go ahead and go get lunch. I'm done. Do what I gotta do for the day. I come back and here we are coming for a retest on this. Come back for a retest on this same supply zone I played off of earlier of the day. And exactly how I played that day. A little bit riskier because we did break above it, so not really the best execution, but it's a scalp, and we're here for it, baby. We're here for the fucking scalp. Did we get lucky? I don't think we got lucky. It went with my plan. It went with my strategy. I don't think we personally got lucky. That's fine by me, and we played it. Okay. That's just how the fuck I play. Break above. Coming back to retest the supply zone. And yes, as I said, this was a whole supply zone here, which we rejected, obviously. And as I said, for the supply zones of the 1 minute and 5 minute candlesticks, this is a whole candle, so it could hit this whole thing. As you can see on the pre-market, it rejected that as well, and rejected all day. I was looking for a stronger, but of course that would mean less of it. But this whole candle is a whole supply zone. Okay, it's massive sell-off, and that's how I played. Me personally, I'm looking at this 1 minute, and we were retesting it off this supply zone as we played earlier. And to me, to my advance, we broke above 200 MA. We're breaking higher, and I'm like, you know what? Let's see what's going on here. Get into the trade. We get into the trade. Get into the trade after I started seeing rejection off this candle, and we get a half and half candle here. I like to see these as it could really go anything at this point, right? But after we were seeing this 50 MA rejection, I decided, you know what? I think it's time for me to get in the trade. After I started seeing this massive sell-off here on this, as I see this massive sell-off and all these wicks popping up and this massive sell-off, I'm like, you know what? I want to get in the trade. I'll wait for it till if bulls get a little extra chance in there to buy up a little bit, and I'll get in when it comes back a little higher, so I can get a better price target, which is exactly what happened. And here I am, only for a scalper. I'm not looking for big moves today. I'm already green for today. I just want a little extra cheddar, little extra cheddar on my plate. So that's exactly what I did. I decided to get into this wick when it touched this top, and I was gonna play off this 200 MA because 200 MA to me is a stronger support or resistance, and so that's exactly what I played off of. I wasn't looking to get into this resistance since we already broke above of it. I don't want to play it for this damn low. Could it have gone low? Yes, which it did. But I'm not here to be in a fucking trade for longer than that, especially with this high bull candle. And you don't know what the intention is. I like to, only play one supply zone and one demand zone. Got on the top of the wick, and I'm like, okay, here we go. We can see a huge drawdown, and it was getting you to 200 MA. So what do I think? Buyers are gonna be here. It's gonna act as support. I'm out. Got in for, I believe it was like 11-12% trade, and called it a day. Got out at the bottom of this wick. As you can see, buyers fully bought this up. And at that point, I was glad I got out the trade. Beautiful scout by me. But that's how I played it. I want to play it all the way down to the 200 MA. Get a 10-12%. I'm fucking fine with that. That's still money in my pocket, and I'm fine. Fine by me. I don't think we were going to cross 200 MA after we just finally broke above for the day. Okay. I want to get to the top of the supply zone. And since the 200 MA was so close to it, I decided to get out the bottom. Fine. Done. Then we get buyers bought back. Then sellers automatically, and then blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what happened. Okay. And as you can see, with my strategy today has worked again. As I said, one thing I realized is that when my strategy does not work too well, when it's a lot of buyers, and when it's a choppy market, sorry. As you can see, this whole candlestick played as a resistance. This whole this whole candle and supply acted as a resistance throughout the whole day, and we stayed below this whole candle the whole day. This whole fucking day, this has stayed as a resistance. Came up, came up, came up. We could have took beautiful trades and been even longer trades and even more of a selling power there, since it was just such a stronger supply zone. As I said, I was going to play it more up here to be more safe, since there is a resistance that I was playing off resistance a lot today with the fake breakout, not passing it through there. So basically, that's what it would have been a safer trade for me, honestly. But this whole thing played off of after this, after it went down for that slight bit, got out, went up, acted as acted to the supply zone, went back down. Then that's when we already broke structure. Technically, we already broke structure, since we broke this area right here, came up, and we technically did make a double top with this non-pre-market high, and then this high again with this supply zone. So would have been a beautiful trade, but I'm not at this point. I wasn't even looking at the market. It's 12 p.m. lunchtime, right? So boom, played off of, went down beautifully. Not worried about it. Fine by me. It's Friday, chilling. So that was basically the day. Easy day. We started doing a little uptrend, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. And after that, there was a demand zone here. That was played off nicely. Came back, retested, came back up. And then here goes another one after we made that higher low. Here we are at this high selling. And boom, boom, came back, retested. Another one retest, and then continue it up. But this supply zone hold it all day down. And that's basically for today. Small little 2 trades, done for the day, ready for Monday. So hopefully not September, but February is going to be probably one of my best months yet. And this is just the beginning. This month has been my most responsible, most disciplined, and sticking to my rule/strategy. I do have 3 lost days really. But the 2 lost days that were the biggest, I broke my rules a lot. And I know what I did. I was just breaking my rules, and I don't deserve to have green those days. So ever since then, stopped breaking my rules after that, and we've been green for this whole month. We got 2 more days left of February. One of my best months so far, and we're gonna see what these 2 last days show for it. Thank you so much, and have a good one.